Welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. We are live. Had some technical difficulties, but we are back as Ben Whitaker just destroys Popeye, making him look foolish, really. Been a nice card. 27 seconds of round number two. Ben Whitaker stops Popeye with a jab of the world. Now he is in line, as Chris Mannix stated. If Dimitri Bivol drops his WBC title, this man is a world champion. Yeah, talking about a fight with Callum Walsh. Great fight right there. Yeah. There's Eddie Hearn. Yeah. Yes. Yes, you're a champion. I see that, man. Very awesome. Bro, yeah, smooth up out of there. They said, all right, you can go, bro. You're done. Hey, baby. Oh, yeah, I can hear you, but I can't hear the fight. That's good. What's poppin', Brooklyn? We're talking about him. If you want to come back and fight me, we can come back to Tottenham. Ben Whitaker with a good performance. Uh-oh, the door. Yeah, shout out Ben Whitaker. Shout out everybody tuning in. Hmm? Yeah, he knocked him out in 2 rounds. Look, boom. Nice, swift little hook to drop him. And then now jab back right on the chin. That's all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. Definitely. They're asking Ben Whitaker if he's ready for a Benavidez, a Bevo. Not much of a reaction in the Barclays Center. Now we're going to ask Eddie Hearn. Sport is sport. At the end of the day, the sport is sport. Smash that like coming in. Shout out to all coming into the chat, tuning into the live. We just saw Ben Whitaker get a very good win over Popeye. Oh yeah, they're gonna kill a whole ton of time now. Shout out to those. We will open it up. Raise your hand if you want to come in and talk on the show as we are reviewing what just happened. Ben Whitaker looking to get into a title fight or simply come up on a vacant title. We're also, you see how you don't want to put it on? We're also talking about what was the wildest finish in the world of wrestling today, as Sami Zayn, for some ungodly reason, is your WWE champion. Bullfights. Legs look good. Talking to the trainer. Ooh, man. They have a lot of time to kill. It is barely 9 o'clock Central Time. Ben Whitaker gets his picture, post ring, Andy Lee running the corner, says he looks good. A lot of people claiming he is ready for a title fight. Let's see. Bro, you know them head tattoos had to hurt. Yeah, they kill a lot of time here, folks. Go. Rip. Yeah, they're gonna run through the replay of this fight. It only took 2 rounds. You could literally just let the fight play at this point. He had Popeye in a quarter, drops him with a right hand, beats down on the ground. Then again, Popeye getting caught with a nasty hook on the way in this time. Boom. Boom. Look at that. Caught him coming in wide open. What are you eating over there, boy? Yep. Big scary division. The light heavyweight division is a lot of known guys in there. Ben Whitaker, the young fighter, under 20 fights for sure. Yeah, super soon in the career of Mr. Whitaker to talk about such big names. But you see the superstardom that could come to him. Yeah, look at that. Everybody that's on the card or everybody that wins, sign my hat. Yeah, got some good time here before Emiliano Vargas makes his walk. I imagine he was getting ready, but man, now he's really Got to get up and get ready here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you might get it sped up because they are on East Coast time. Yep. Yeah, they're just doing a lot of breakdown and filler here. The car did start. Emiliano, also the baby to my right here. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and edit the title here as we got some time. Yes, I thank you all once again for joining the watch along here. Oh, I'm not sure if any of them have children. Yeah, you would think the oldest one, if anybody knows out there. But again, like and subscribe. Hit that like on the way in. Promote the help me promote the show by sharing the show to your friends as we are active throughout the year, talking most things sports and life. Emiliano Vargas. That's right. Young Emiliano Vargas. Yeah, they're really selling a legacy for Fernando. Oh yeah, look, here we go. Emiliano's hitting the pads. They're saying coming up next that super lightweight contest as the young Emiliano Vargas gets ready to make his way to the ring. He looks good. This guy. Yep. As the zone rolls out another new graphic. Yeah. For those that don't know, recent news just broke. Canelo Alvarez's fight with Christian and Billy has been moved to late October under the assumption of an injury. Now, we would assume it would be safe to assume that this would be an injury to Canelo Alvarez, who probably it just isn't ready coming off of surgery. Because if it was in Billy, like we talked about, they would just put somebody else in there. Yeah, it could have been a number of things. Did he re-aggravate it? Is it just not? Did he get cleared late and his camp's gonna start later? Who knows? It could be a number of things. Yeah, we get some a fresh balance of Clint in there. Yeah, we could be taking a number of things that we get in there, but we shall see. As Canelo Alvarez still set to return in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, we shall see. Yeah, definitely could get a Halloween fight here. Late October is what they're looking at. I have not seen Boots Ennis yet. No, I have not seen him. They have not shown any fighter arrivals. I have not seen any social media posts. Nothing. Also, the rumor going around, Matt, which is from these styles, so it's not always wrong, but it's not always right. Rumor has it that Sanders in the 180, Boots is 158 pounds. Yeah, that is something that it was posted around social media, making its rounds that Xander Zayas rehydrated to a 180 pounds, and Boots Ennis only being 168 pounds. Boots a beast. I just gotta say general big words that people know. Beast. He's a monster. He is the man. There we go. The zone. The zone getting their hands on a lot of things, down a lot of advert space. Shout out to Mr. Pibb. I am up to being sponsored by Mr. Pibb. If you'd like to sponsor me, I'll represent you well, Pibb. Yep. So they are rebranded. Exactly. Checking on our friend over there. Another Evil Dead? Yeah, the Evil Dead. The Evil Dead. Evil. The Evil Dead, eviler and deader. Junior. My bad, guys. I was muted. Welcome back to the Brooklyn Barclays Center. Abdullah Mason returning on the 4th of July against Albert Bell, of all people. I forgot Abdullah Mason was even a champion at lightweight. Joe Cordina forced to withdraw from his contest, claiming visa issues. Chris Mannix. Oh, are you in there? A visa. A visa? Charlie Suarez. Yeah. They were just looking for somebody that they knew would be there. Yeah, yeah, he was already in Canada. Are you in mine? I don't see. Hold on. Virgil Ortiz on his way back. There it goes.
You got an echo?
Hold on. I'm about to bring. Say something.
Yo, 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 yo. Testing one, two.
Should be good. Just be careful if you scream. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We get real loud. All right. So I'm gonna switch over to the main cam at this point. Then
They're gonna give us all this news we don't care about.
Amanda on her way back.
And on her way out.
Mm-hmm. In August. Wow. Rolly and Teofimo Lopez to fight. Rolly been out the ring for a while. Here comes Teofimo to give the details of his fight with Rolando Ramiro.
Telefono.
Yeah, Teofimo playing real coy, acting like the fight's not coming, but seems like the fight is coming with Teofimo and Rolly Romero. Teofimo coming off his loss to Shakur Stevenson, moving up to welterweight. Look how small of a guy he is. Mm-hmm. He still don't look too confident, bro.
No, it looks like he's aged quite a bit.
Yeah. Indeed, white hot division. Somebody's standing there ready to walk out. So they're gonna go to the fight after this.
Well, remember, New York is notorious for swing bouts as well.
Hopefully not a swing bout. Hopefully they just keep it going. Let's just keep the show rolling.
Yeah, you got to give Tio credit though when he's saying he is an old school throwback guy. He's fought just about everybody,
Hmm.
and he's going right into a fight with Raleigh. Um, you know, love to see it.
My gosh, my golly. Yeah, now they're using Teofimo to kill some time here as the fans make their way to their seats.
You know, Tio probably does have a broadcasting future though. He's really good on the mic,
No,
especially when he like right now he's settling down. He's giving a breakdown. He's talking.
no, he's good. I like him here in these moments. I like him when he's on inside the ring. He's good. He's got a future in this broadcasting thing for boxing.
Yeah, Chris Mannix tell him to quit fucking bullshitting.
Yeah, Chris Mannix just telling him they could just say what we all know already. Todd Grisham getting ready to announce the next fight in front of the people. They show the skyline of the city of New York on the outsides of Brooklyn. Emiliano Vargas gets ready to take on Mills, another American. Emiliano is the younger man, the inch taller, came in a pound smaller, but has the reach advantage. Emiliano Vargas also having an 82% KO ratio, while Mills 22-1 has a 41% KO ratio.
And this is good, man. Who wants to be in New York past 1 a.m. trying to get home from the Barclays Center? Especially with Mayor Mom Dumbass in charge in that city.
Right, Bryce Mills making his way to the ring as again live in the Barclays Center. They got a good crowd over there in the Barclays.
Repping his hometown of Syracuse, New York. Got the Syracuse jersey on. And ladies and gentlemen, he's making the walk of what they call the next victim. Very active guy though. This is already his third fight
Yeah, third
and
fight this year.
fifth fight in a calendar year. So good, busy prospect. But I think it is this is the world introduction to Emiliano Vargas here. As this is the Top Rank has always been good about this, Matt, about building their fighters, building their next pay-per-view attractiveness. That's how they did it with Oscar. That's how they did it with Floyd. Oscar, excuse me, used that same blueprint with Canelo, with Ryan. And now the next big superstar in boxing. And Matt, me and you have had people. We had friends that trained actually at Fernando Vargas's gym back when he had it open in Vegas. That they all told us it was Emilio. They would always say it's the baby. That's the good one. The baby's the one you got to watch here.
Oh
Cam
my God,
Scataboo.
Taboo shotguns a beer as he walks out with Emiliano Vargas, who is in like a Doctor Strange esque robe, Mexican flag in tow.
It looks almost like a no, like a in the style of Triple G's robe. You remember the robes Triple G was famous for wearing?
Yeah.
That's kind of looks like one of those.
The fan zone has declared 92% favoring Emiliano Vargas to come in here and get the win.
And that's how you went over the crowd too against the hometown guy, right? You bring in their favorite running back, or maybe would have been brought in one of the Knicks, although the Knicks don't play at Barclays Center.
That is correct. The Barclays Center
So
is
so
home of the Brooklyn Nets.
so the smart move there to bring in Mr. Cam Scataboo, who just made a huge mess all over his that looked like Don Callis in the corner of Emiliano.
Shout out to Don Callis. Shout out to Don Callis family. As we will not be live probably for Forbidden Door tomorrow after the catastrophe that took place in the kingdom of Saudi Arabia
Is that Lou DeBella?
and Night of Champions. Joseph, what do you need to see from young Emiliano here in the ring tonight in this performance?
First things first, professional wrestling has become the biggest joke. I never thought I'd see the day where the WWE Championship becomes a participation trophy. It's sad that we put the belt on a guy because he's been here for so long. Nobody cares. There's Don Callis again. Um, Now, look, I think he needs to just pretty much do what Ben Whitaker just did. Um, I would like to see him go about 4 or 5 rounds, but just to get the rounds in. But I mean, like, man, this is a big event, big pay per view. There's gonna be a lot of eyes on you. Uh, you got the hype. You're your father's son. Go lay an ass whipping on this guy and get him out of here quick. Because Emiliano, I think we can all agree, is pretty much on his way to a world title, if not the end of this year. I think early next year, and I think he's well on his way to a mega fight with one Ryan Garcia.
I think that is true, and I think it's a lot of credit to his dad and Top Rank for not rushing him in his
And
career.
you know, and I wish Mario was on here because he would remember this really well. The kind of way they're building the Ryan thing, where Ryan's kind of like, "Oh, kid, you're not ready." It's really giving me shades of the rivalry that brewed between Oscar and Fernando. So if it stays that way, I mean, that fight was, you're talking about in 2002, 1.4 million buys. I noticed the brothers are not in the corner,
The brothers are not in the corner. They got Cam Scadaboo in the corner and Don
and
Callis.
Don Callis. Um, but yeah, just the way they're kind of slowly planting the seeds between Ryan and Emiliano, it just gives shades of Fernando and Oscar. Now, hopefully for the Vargas family, it doesn't end the way Oscar and Senior ended.
Does that fight take place at 47 or 54?
Uh, I would assume 54. I think we're a good 4 years away from that fight.
All right, I like to hear it, man. Well, here we go. Fighters to the center of the ring. Referee Ricky Gonzalez putting in his shift. This is like his fifth fight tonight. If you've been watching the whole card,
Hey, if he gets paid per bout, man, God bless him.
oh yeah. So putting in a real good shift tonight. As they break, the rules have been set. The trainers and staff are exiting the ring. Emiliano Vargas gets ready to take on Mills. He looks in great shape. He looks
And he
ready to take
looks
the guy down.
as so much like his dad right here. It is a uncanny resemblance.
Here we go. Round number one. Emiliano Vargas in the red trunks in the southpaw position. Mills standing in the blue in the orthodox.
Couple stab jabs to the body to start this thing off. Mills with don't blink on his shorts. Let's see if they live up to that.
Yeah, see if he can make an upset happen here.
Mills in the Syracuse University orange and blue, or some would say Knicks colors, but he came out of the Syracuse hometown.
Got to be careful. Very caught with that jab open early with Mills.
The odds are still kind of wide for the main event here. Good 1-2, then close out to the body from Emiliano Vargas.
But yeah,
Good
good body
shot.
shot from Emiliano. But those odds have come down because Xander was as high as a 5, and he's down to 350.
Emiliano got hit with a good right hand, took it well, and that's caught with a left hook. So this is the thing, right? We don't want to get ahead of our skis here, and he got caught in the rope there. Don't want to get ahead of your skis, but this is what you want. You only got to face a tough, good prospect that can, force Emiliano to make some mistakes that he can learn from. Um, you know, I think the 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 fatal mistake Top Rank and even Matchroom made with Edgar Berlanga was they set him in there with guys he could run through, and then when he got to the top competition, it fell apart. We never let Berlanga go through any adversity, go through some tough. Just surrounds a good left,
Good
almost
left
like an
hand.
uppercut slash hook by Vargas.
Good body shot and up to the head by
Mills
Emiliano
took that
Vargas.
shot well though.
Emiliano Vargas on the back foot most of this round here
Yeah,
as he's on the
see right
inside
there,
of
like
the
that
left.
stuff we got to clean up. I don't like him lunging. I don't like him losing the foot battle. But again, he's a young guy.
Reaching with that backhand to the body does Emiliano Vargas, but he pivots off a hook with the lead hand.
Yeah, and a guy like Bryce Mills, who believes he's the next up and coming star. How's he approaching this fight? This is a chance to make a statement and announce yourself to the world as well. And why not by, picking off the son of a legend who, the machine has pretty much firmly planted themselves behind here.
Yeah, no bigger way to make some noise than to
Good
take
jab
down
there.
Emiliano.
Good left hand. Another straight left hand. And Mills just kind of sat there and took him. Shout out to Bob Arum, the Bob father. making a rare appearance that these days is Todd DeBuff's kind of taking over the reins.
Yeah, front row is Bob Arum. I believe they said at the press conference or weigh-in, first off a knee surgery.
But
So
still sharp as ever, cognitively still on top of it, man. So true legend of the game.
let's take a listen to the instructions of Fernando Emiliano. Yeah, look at him to keep that man in front of him. Use that jab.
They set him in a box here, shoot you left, right, but keep your distance. He's asking Emiliano to measure because they're finding the shot.
Yeah, man, and that is smart instructions from Fernando. Emiliano's smothering himself a lot, not just in this fight, but a lot of fights previous. Gets a little too excited, too anxious.
Round two. We see now Emiliano starting off like his dad told him. He's boxing a little bit here, getting on his toes. See how he's using like his dad told him. Find the range, find your distance, measure with the shot. Put the stick out there, find your range. Now he's winning the foot battle. So now Mills is right down the pipe to the left hand. He's gonna work the angles here.
Oh, good straight from Emiliano,
And,
followed by a
and that's
jab.
kind of what Fernando was asking for him right there. Set your range. Emiliano gets caught with a right hand though, back him straight out. You know, again, these are prospect, not to say that they're not good, but these are the mistakes you get at the prospect level. And these are good mistakes, I think.
Yes, yes. And that's not to take away from Emiliano because you can still see the special that is there with him.
Oh, or Mills. Mills is fighting a good fight as well. So far, I mean, we're only around and maybe a half, and he doesn't look overmatched or outmatched.
No, that's
He's
great.
he's in here. He's in here to win. I would give Emiliano the first round, but Mills has had some moments. He's landed some good shots here,
Yeah,
and
it's
he's
very
he's made
smart.
Emiliano miss.
Yeah, they're
Oh
playing
yeah,
fighting pretty smart here, both of them. Mills using great pressure, jumping in when he needs to, keeping Emiliano very defensive here.
Emiliano's gonna have to learn how to not back straight out. He thinks he's using an angle, but he's just moving his upper waist, but he's backing straight up with the feet. That makes him a more findable target. He's got to use the feet to
Yeah,
create the angles and get out of there when he backs up.
his feet are behind him as he's trying to cut those angles.
And if you get caught with a good enough shot leaning, you're gonna hit that good right hand from
Good right
Mills,
hand from Mills.
and that based on facial expression, that's caught the attention of Emiliano.
And indeed has. Maybe don't blink is the right motto on the trunks of Mills. As he's landing some shots on Emiliano Vargas.
Lands another right hand here with the 1-2 Mills now,
He's got
starting
to
to
be
gain some
careful.
confidence.
He's got to
Emiliano
be
walks in,
careful reaching
as
like that.
Vargas walks into a jab. So Mills with a good answer for round two, and
Good body shot from Vargas.
you know, unless something dramatic happens, Mills is going to win the second round.
Emiliano, there we go. I was about to say, becoming a one-handed fighter here as he throws the right hand.
And that right there is you know that's his dad coming out of him. Now he wants to get it back and answer. That was often what Fernando would do in fights. Take a few good shots, start trying to get it back, and that's exactly what Emiliano did. I've got it 1-1 after two rounds, though, man. I gave the first round to Emiliano Vargas. Second round, Mills really answered back. Look at that smile, man. This is a confident kid right here. This is someone who's here to disrupt the plans.
No, no, this is definitely not somebody that came in here to get run over, collect the tech.
Look at that. Good right hand. Slip the left hook, then followed it up. Good combination here. See that? Bam. And he timed it up, threw it over the top of the left. Straight left, and then goes over the top with a beautiful right hand. He threw another good combination afterwards. That was a good straight hand, straight left that lands from me. I know so. But I gave the second round to Mills.
All right, here we go. Round number 3 starts up. 10-round fight here. Super. lightweight division, 140 pounds. Ooh,
And this is why Senior wanted Vargas to box though, because this kid's not a this is no slouch. And Vargas is starting to abandon the jab here, man. He's getting left hand crazy here.
it definitely seems like Mills is sticking to the plan here. Wow, he's frustrating Emiliano.
Miliano is not throwing a jab at all. There now we get two of them, but he's really Emiliano felt something he didn't like there, Matt, and he's trying
As Emiliano lands a
to
snappy body shot.
trying to regain respect. Hey, Chris Mannix is I don't know. I don't agree with that. I think it was a good clear winning round for Mills.
Take the brand, baby. There you go. Good use of the jab now by Vargas. As
Yeah,
Mills are
and good for
wild.
Sergio Mora to correct Chris Mannix and his lack of knowledge because I don't see an unprepared Mills in here at all. Uh, he tried to say that Mills didn't look prepared for this style, but
Ooh,
I
good body
think
shot.
he's fighting well. Yeah, but Chris Mannix isn't exactly a beacon of boxing knowledge.
As we enter 1 minute left, round number three. Good, another good body shot. Good body work from Vargas in this round.
Yeah, he seems to have taken control back.
But
Uh,
Mills staying to the game plan, like I said, constantly throwing the ones and twos, getting in combinations and trying to get out the way.
and where he's winning the battle too is Vargas is just Matt for some reason mostly abandoning his jab.
But them body shots are killer. They're moving Mills back
Yeah,
ever slightly.
he's investing in the body, but you know the jab would be able to he this is why Mills is able to get inside so easily is there's nothing to keep him at bay. Put the stick out there, nice stiff jab and keep the distance.
Is that Chris Van Vliet in the front row?
Oh,
Oh,
shot.
right
That's a
hand.
knockdown.
No knockdown by the referee. He waves it
No, it
off.
is. It is a knockdown.
The
Yeah, it was a
commission
knockdown.
call it as a knockdown.
No, the ref called it a knockdown initially as well.
So yeah, he called it a knockdown. He waves it off with the finger, but then he looks to the commission as they declared an official
He didn't
knockdown.
wave it off. He pointed. He did the
He did the
to
like
initiate the count. No, he initiated the count with that.
that is a knockdown for Emiliano Vargas in round number
Yeah,
three,
he caught Mills running in,
which is something we just said to be wary about because he pretty much just used his momentum to throw him to the ground, causing that hand to touch, coming off the contact of a good hook.
yeah, Mills wasn't hurt, but he came in lunging, and oh, it was a punch landed, but it was more of a punch push, which is a smart tactic by Vargas
Yeah.
to
Feels around.
get you a. Well, he was winning around now to get you. If
Yeah,
it was even now, it gets you a 2 point lead,
yeah, if you're up, either up one or up two now.
or you're up four if people like Chris Mannix scored it.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
is
it was more of a push.
clean knockdown no matter what,
Yeah,
based off
look, see,
the rules.
if you look here at the
Yeah,
referee, he
catches
immediately calls
the inside
knockdown.
of the arm and kind of just momentums him to the ground. Emiliano looking calm now. Let's see what he does to capitalize on that here in round four.
And this is the ebbs and flows of what a prospect goes through in a good. I would consider this a step up fight.
Oh no, yes, it's pretty good. It's pretty good step up fight, bro. This is another fellow prospect. He's only got one loss. Coming off, like we saw, 5 great wins. Very active fighter.
And really, I mean, like I said, he's a game guy. This guy's in here to win.
Fighting in his home state of New York also. Obviously don't want to lose.
And the body language of Mills is of a fighter that not only is fighting to win, but believes he can win. I think oftentimes people don't understand there's a difference in trying to win and believing you can win. Mills, I think, believes he can beat this guy. And
Oh,
straight
Emiliano
left
dropped him to
hand,
the left hand.
the straight left hand may have taken that belief right out of Mills as
Mills looks
the New
hurt.
York fighter starting to look like Arturo Gatti in the
The referee
2000s.
giving him a chance here. Emiliano slowly makes his way
He's
in.
hurt. Legs aren't
Fast
steady.
combination from Vargas.
Stoppage is on the way. Stoppage should be seconds away. There it
Mills, no
is.
trying to hold on and fight
And we're
back.
done
The
here.
referee steps in. The referee knocks the Mills down, and it's over.
You know
Emiliano
what?
Vargas.
And great for Mills though is when the referee waved it off, he was throwing punches. So good performance by Mills. I think we'll see him again. I want to see him again. And a great performance by Emiliano Vargas as Mills. I just saw shades of Arturo Gotti in that young man there. Um, you know, will we see a fighter like that get to that level this day and age? I don't know. But Mills looks like he's going to be a fun fighter. I would love to watch him again. And Emiliano Vargas did what we asked, Matt. Went 4 or 5 rounds, is what we asked for. Gets it done in the fourth. Faced a little bit of adversity, took some clean shots, had to make an adjustment, and then started listening to his dad. Set the right hand up and fired the left down the middle, and that was all she wrote.
I think that goes to what you said though, and what you want to see in a prospect. You want to see these mistakes. You want to see the correction of these mistakes in the fight as they take place. He's obviously listening to his dad. They got a great relationship. And another step forward, I would like to see that Cambosos fight that they wanted to make for this card. That's a former world champion, a name that's still hanging around that people know. It would be good to see Emiliano step in there with that before he attempts to make his shots at world champion level fighters. But either way, I
I
agree
think,
though. I would love to see Mills back. That was a good fighter. He's good.
yeah, I think I don't think he's ready for a world title shot this year, but I think I would not mind seeing maybe he fights 2 more times this year and you get him in there. Look at that. And the leg, that may have been the problem too, is that leg, he did not land well on that leg.
Yeah.
Um,
Emiliano lands a straight left, and that right leg just gives out immediately off the contact. And he bends backwards on the knee, hyperextends himself, and just
and he
never.
just caught him with his mouth open too. Perfect punch.
Oh yeah, bro. When you fall straight down, yeah, money shot right there.
Yeah.
And then
Then there's a tempo shot right there. Look at this finish though with Mills though. Okay. Still brawling, still throwing, and trying, it's unfortunate, tough loss for the kid, but you know, this performance right here, man.
nothing to be disappointed about.
No, it isn't. Emiliano does what he has to do. And Mills, I think, shows he's a tough guy. Like I said, this right here, Matt. This right here is Arturo Gotti. This is, the tough Italian New Yorker.
Absolutely.
And
Oh
and
my
how
god, yeah,
much of that was the leg?
yeah, bro. Because when I said he hyperextended his leg when he fell on it and fell backwards on it,
Yeah.
so he
Because
probably
look,
never
and
got
his
his
leg,
leg
his
back.
leg gives out again, and
Mhm.
that could be a torn ligament. Because he
He
didn't
looked a
look
little dazed and
necessarily
didn't hurt.
concussed, or maybe he buzzed at best.
Can you flick that switch on? Other one. There you go.
He looked buzzed at worst, but and this doesn't take away from Emiliano, but because the punch caused all that. But
Yes.
how much of that was the knee not going to be able to hold up? Because on the replay, you see his knee kind of buckles again, and not because of a punch, but more of the weight of Mills. But hey, man, uh, great performance, and like I said, that ending from Mills, that fighting spirit, I want to see him back. Um, hope to see him back.
Bro,
He'll make a solid opponent. And again, Emiliano Vargas continues his march towards, I believe, being the next great Mexican superstar.
I agree with that. What I liked about that finish too, while they were showing the highlights of it, is how Emiliano didn't rush into a finish. Took his time. He picked the shots. He was very aware of what was coming back, and the stoppage came. But I agree. You could credit a lot of that to whatever damage is probably done to that knee, because yeah, the fact that he sat straight down on his
So
knee
and
came.
and apparently, the zone. Okay,
Yeah, as the zone is running a Canelo and Billy advert for September 12th. They have announced that the fight is postponed to October with no hard date of when the date the return is.
And if it is something that happened with Canelo, it's kind of more leaning toward what we've talked about is the end is very much near, Matt.
Absolutely, I think we are on the definitely on the last hole, couple holes of Canelo Alvarez's career, and there's really nothing more for him to do. I mean, for him to be done. He started off a career young, come across four weight classes, first undisputed champion at super middle. You know, a proven box office attraction in the sport of boxing. Man, there's nothing left for him to do. Now let's hear from young Emiliano Vargas. That's funny. It's flipped. I don't know how it did that. Yeah, young 22-year-old Emiliano Vargas. El
Tough
Hera.
night for Mills, though, man.
Hmm. Shout out Don Callis. In New York. Wow. Shout out to everybody. Hmm. Yeah. We got a nice little scratch on the face of Emiliano. Nothing crazy. Yeah. I got Cam Scatterboo. Yeah, see, look, yeah, even Cam Scatterboo. You know, I got my dad in the corner, Cam Scatterboo, who drank a beer before we walked out here.
Yeah, what a tactic too. Just coming out completely southpaw, adding a new wrinkle to the game.
Giving Mills something he hadn't dealt with before, as Chris Mannix said, definitely did the homework on their opponent from that.
And what that shows you is that Emiliano was a two-handed puncher.
Yeah, absolutely. He's a switch hitter. He's a very, very talented young man. That's why a lot of eyes are on this kid. And Cam Scatterboo's definitely off something more than a couple of beers, that's for sure. That walking form of CTE, Space Mountain back there. No, not surprised one bit. Especially in New York. New York is one to stop it sooner rather than later in any form of combat sport.
Yeah, I like that plan. Guess let's get a former world champion in there with him. Listen to that reaction.
Yeah, this crowd, good reaction. Puerto Ricans are in the stands. The Latin fans have made their way to the Barclays Center.
And I see a smart tactic there. He ends his speech the way Canelo often ends his post-fight interviews with the VMC.
Yes.
And talk about we're talking about the end of Canelo, right? What better guy to sponsor for VMC than this guy right here?
Yeah, I think if you are somebody who wants to put your eggs in one of these young guys' baskets, Emiliano Vargas is a very good choice if you want to put that's your guy. So definitely, yeah. He's
Very
got the look.
interesting to see him in there with that Amado and Fernando Jr.
He's brought them up though, for sure.
Um, Normally, you see in any of the brothers fight, they're always together. Although I believe, at least for the most part, in the professional ranks, his brothers' days in actual boxing seem to be over, as they
Yeah,
have made their way over to BKB.
and that is bare knuckle boxing.
And Fernando took a loss last year on the Canelo undercard, and then Yamato, you know, being the Jello of the Vargas boys,
Yeah,
fighting on, fighting Dean the Great.
good reference.
Yeah, and it's a very comparable thing. The Ball brothers and the Vargas brothers, right?
Hmm.
You got uh uh Lonzo, who like Fernando Jr., who's
Rick Reno.
decent pro, but not really, gonna make too many waves. You got Amado, who is the Jello, which is kind of, I bet he'll put out a fire rap song in a couple years. And then you have, Lamelo and Emiliano, the babies of the group, kind of
Yep.
really taking it to the next level. And that's usually how it goes, though. It's always the youngest one. I feel like that it's the benefit of everybody else, of all the growing pains going through with everybody else.
Choo Carrington in the
And
building.
quite the reaction as Emiliano leaves the pad. This kid is a star, man.
Yano also walked up, pretty much getting his blessings from Bob Arum on a great performance. Young Arum, who again we are excited to see him back in the front row of the fights.
Yeah, a legend like Bob, it's good to see.
Whew, imagine that job, bro. I gotta catch these winners on the way back through the tunnel. Yeah, well, yeah, and I do agree with that. That is a great way to do it. Give me the former world champ or give me a title eliminator. Then let's take on one of these champs. And the champs at 140, there are some stiff competition up there, man. Obviously, I think the tough road against Shakur won't be taken, and it's a matter of where they go next. I like the Cambosis fight just because it is a former world champion.
That's a good, and that's a main event. That's a good 12-round main event.
Yeah, it's a good fight to bring in, and then obviously you can take that next step up into the title contention as they highlight this knockdown again. You see the hyperextension on that knee. Yeah, they show him again. Because yeah, if you look at the way the ref stops it, the referee essentially tap taps him, and he just falls over completely under the weakness of his right leg that can't extend or plant on it. Shout out to Emiliano Vargas getting his win in the fourth round as the zone runs the adverts for the final fight of Katie Taylor as she goes back home for one final fight. The great Katie Taylor, the often known for the number one pound for pound in the women's division. Whether you like Katie, whether you like Amanda, whether you like Clarissa Shields, either one of these are great picks. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting ready for the main event of the evening. I feel like this, for what this fight is not getting what the hype that you would want for a fight like that. This is two undefeated guys in the peak of their powers, getting ready to fight for unified titles in the 154-pound division. Shout out to everybody that's coming through. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody tuning in live. Oh, here we go. We're going to go in. Todd DeBuff. Even seems Todd DeBuff surprised by the southpaw look of Emiliano, the president of Top Rank Boxing, as they are proud of their young investment, Emiliano, as their next investment. Xander Zayas prepares to make his way to the ring tonight to defend his unified 154 titles against Jerron Boots Ennis. Yep. The crowd continues to fill in here at the Barclays Center. Looks good, looks healthy. I've always liked the Barclays because it's built as a basketball arena, so it brings everybody inward. Yep, definitely, completely agree. You need a tough veteran, somebody that I mean, you can't really account for who can take what kind of punch, but somebody that would more likely go 12 with Emiliano is probably something they would like to see. But see, this thing's like, okay, you want somebody more than Cambosos, but who is that? Yeah, who at 140 is more than George Cambosos? Name enough, safe enough, but good enough to throw in there with Emiliano. Yeah, put Puerto Rico on the back of young Xander. Xander Zayas does need to stay disciplined, though, man. Continue to box. Don't buy into the games of boots. Don't let them frustrate you. But, ladies and gentlemen, as we prepare for this main event, we're going to take a brief pause, but stay with us. It's only going to be short. As we are tuned in, getting ready for the main event, Xander Zayas getting ready in the back on the pads. Both his titles in tow. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back. Short break. Short break. Not good enough for me since I've been with you. Oh, it's not gonna work for me. Yes, 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 yes. Jerron Boots Ennis warming up in the back. Looks like he just gave himself a quick trim instead of a shave. This tension, I'm sure, is mounting because this is a fight match. And I don't know. I just don't know. Yeah, absolutely, man. It's gonna be one to sit here and watch for sure.
Uh, while we're here, though, Lance Pugmire is now reporting that, according to Robert Garcia, Bam Rodriguez will serve as the co-main event now on the undercard of Canelo versus Ibili in October.
Ooh, that is a good guy to have as co-main event.
But somebody needs to get Bam in San Antonio for the love of God. Um, Matt, for all the people saying this could look like Canelo and Mayweather, I don't see that, man. I don't see. I'm be honest with you, man. I don't see Xander being Canelo, and I damn sure don't see Boots being Floyd. Um, not to say that, not to say that Boots is not a special fighter, man. But you know, even Bud isn't Floyd. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, 100% agree with that. I don't think it's gonna be like that. I think a level it has a possibility of Boots this being a fight for Boots to display a level that he's on compared to Xander. But I think comparing anybody to Floyd Mayweather at his peak, whether that be money or Pretty Boy, is just foolish to continue to do. It's impossible to do because nobody will ever live up to it.
And I mean, I don't, I've heard a lot about Xander's power, and I'm like, man, he's got a 50 something percent knockout ratio. You know, um,
The knockout puncher would definitely have it would be more in the 60s, low 70s. You want to be considered a
yeah,
knockout
the
guy.
zone is diabolical for the AI uh, poster. Belts aren't even actual belts. As we are waiting around for the main event, as it is 11 p.m. in Brooklyn.
Joseph, as we wait around, let's go over our fight picks tonight. As our friends over at Infighting Effects unfortunately weren't able to join us tonight. Mario and I have both went with Xander Zayas by decision. Our friend and co-host here at Talking About Radio, Justin, picked Jerron Boots Ennis by KO in 8. Joseph, you went Boots in a decision. Talk about your pick, man.
Yeah, I don't see. I think Xander's a big kid. We've already kind of heard everybody pretty much confirm he's going up to 160 after this. I didn't see a bad weight cut like people are talking, but I do feel like he's got a good team around him that knows, hey, it's time to move up. I can see both guys being dropped, but ultimately I see the experience and the power of Ennis really starting to tame the young Xander Zayas. And I think Boots, um, towards the middle of the fight, will begin to take over around the seventh and eighth round. And then I think from there on, I think Boots will box his way to a decision, pretty clean decision. I can see a 7-5, 8-4 type of fight. Nothing too wide, pretty fairly close fight, but I think a convincing Boots decision win is what I'm seeing.
I like it. I like it. And those of you that do tune into the show, even on your replay, y'all understand Justin's view as a casual. So he's going off what he's seen, what we tell him in the highlights that he takes witness to, picking Boots by KO. Late, though,
Yeah. And by the way, Tama versus Hergovich as a pay-per-view is absolutely disgusting.
as a part of your DAZN bundle pay-per-views.
Um, they were gonna have Floyd on pay-per-view today. Absolutely disgusting.
And yeah, man, going our way. I like the size for Xander. He looked good in his performance last time out, although that was not against a Boot Ennis caliber fighter. I feel like the kid can stay disciplined and stay smart with his boxing, man, and work the Boots. Give Boots a fight, not even just a fight, but the resistance that he hasn't seen yet in his own career. There's been people that have been very game for Boots, but I wouldn't even consider that Karen Chugadazian fight as super competitive or hard for Boots. That was more of a guy that just wanted to survive and make it to the last round. I think Xander's much more skilled, much more fiery. But I also do agree. I was one. We saw that confirmed, almost confirmed, and reported a lot earlier today as we did our show covering Night of Champions that Xander Zayas is moving up to 160 pounds. And that's going to be one of the best moves for him to make. Yep, I wouldn't doubt that because Wilder, that's bigger money than a Jarrell Miller fight for Wilder fighting Usyk. And now they're talking about Fury and Joshua fighting in the U.S. Huh. It's coming. It's coming. Ooh. Nope. There you go, Daddy. Fuck this. Now, the question was asked, do you see a path forward working with Dana White and Zuffa? Eddie Hearn says no. Wow. Wow. The lines of war have been drawn by Eddie Hearn as he declines to make peace with Dana and Zuffa.
And good on Eddie. I mean, he said it best. You know, these guys are used to being able to push their way around, get their way, bully their way. It's not going to work here, and it did. It shouldn't work. You want to come into boxing? Be ready for competition, Dana. If you don't like, and he said it best. If you don't like having competition, get out of boxing.
Now
And I agree.
he also did say about Fury and AJ that the man fronting the bill, if they would need to renegotiate, they would sit down and talk. They kind
But
of
he clearly stated too that contractually the fight is agreed to for the UK.
yeah, contractually slated for the UK, but willing to negotiate. In other words, if you want us to come to America, a little bit more money and we'll go. That's what that sounds like. Does anybody really want that trilogy though? I don't know. And I hate being one of those ones because Better Be haven't even fought yet. He hasn't fought since, no? Or he had to fight after, but he's been out since then. Mm. Big in the UK? Yep. Moments away now. Joseph, what do you take away from those thoughts from Eddie Hearn about all this news?
Number one. I love Eddie, and I love it because Top Rank's doing it, Golden was doing it. These guys are digging their heels in and letting Turkey know, hey, look, man, you're not just gonna tell us to go snap your fingers and go work for Dana. Dana, you're not the boss here. This isn't the UFC. We're not Bellator. We're not Strike Force. You're not gonna be able to come in here and get rid of everybody. You're the new guy here. You're the small fish here. I love it. I love that. I hope they stand their ground and don't. It obviously shows. Unfortunately, if you're a UK fan, Eddie Hearns let you know this fight is probably coming to the States. They're gonna get the bag for it, which is unfortunate.
Unfortunate for the UK.
And the biggest thing I think is we've had conversations with Louis DeCubas about Benavidez and Bivol. So that's a fight we need to see made. I'm not against the trilogy with Bivol and Beterbiev, of those two fights, 50-50 fights. They're one apiece. You've got to settle that.
Yeah.
Um,
Um, I liked it. I did for sure like the stance against Zufa. Did he say that the PBC was on that unified front, or was it just everybody aligned already with the zone?
um,
He talked about making a fight with Louis the Kubas, but I didn't hear nothing else
yeah,
beyond that.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think there's much of the quote unquote PBC left. Um, you know, David's gone elsewhere. Hank has been talked about for fights on the zone. I don't know. I don't know what's left of PBC anymore.
Yeah.
They're really a non-factor at this point.
Hmm.
I think they're kind of. I think Zuffa could land PBC guys. I think they're just gonna go to the highest bidder. But top rank, Bob has dug his heels in against Dana. Eddie's dug his heels in against Dana.
And obviously, Oscar De La Hoya has
Oscar's dug his heels in. So Dana, I think doesn't understand. This is not gonna go the way he thinks.
ladies and gentlemen, officially being reported by Mike Coppinger, Rolly Romero and Teofimo Lopez have agreed to fight the deal per sources for August 22nd in Las Vegas. The fight will take place directly with the zone, confirmed tonight. So the tease was made earlier, made official now. Boots, not Boots,
Well,
Rolly
I won't
Teo.
call it official. It's still a Coppinger report, and Tio did say they had verbally agreed already. So uh, I would highly doubt that Tio in the last 45 minutes is wins got a contract through to his lawyers. But
I mean, he could have that could have already been in place before he even went up there. It could have been signed. Y'all looked
yeah,
it over. If everything looks good, make the announcement. I can believe that. And then he
yeah,
put a date on it, also August 22nd on the zone, going more to the point that you just made that the PBC essentially no longer exists. Kind of just running through whatever old stars they have, hoping they can sell some tickets.
yeah. I mean, No Limit is really the one in charge here for this Spence fight. You got Jamel there, you got Fulton going over there. Um, they really just have Fundora, and I mean, they couldn't even fill up the Mandalay Bay with, you know, I mean, which much like Sean Porter, Keith Thurman can no longer sell at a family reunion, but Fundora is supposed to be the star here. And how tall is Kate Abdo? There's the real gloat, Amanda Serrano.
I don't know because she's pretty tall and she's not that much shorter than Malik
Mm-mm. Ifimo Lopez in the house, and of course, senior right over the shoulder.
holding a phone.
Disappointed that Teal has not brought in a new lead trainer. I get not firing your dad, but I think Teal needs a new lead trainer.
You could put him on a back seat for sure.
He hasn't seemed to have done either. Kayla Mayer,
Devin Haney.
Debo Dev in the house. and the boos rain in, and there's the man right there, the pound for pound king. Look at this into the reaction for Bam Rodriguez.
That's Luke
Who?
Hitler, one of the best dots ever seen. Looks like Mario got going.
Good. Hopefully, we'll be able to get him on. And
Yeah.
how many times are you gonna ask us for Malik Scott's breakdown, though?
Oh yeah, they're.
How many more ways can he break this down? I get it, man. We're looking to fill some
I
time, but
mean, the crowd is here. The main event looks locked and ready to rock. But like, come on, let's get the fight in the ring. Because the stadium looks good. Seats are packed out. They've broken the fight down. Keys to victory. Issa Malima.
Sander is a massive guy, though.
Oh, he looks big. Looks massive. Xander came in at 153.8. Boom.
I see more of the effects of the weight cut on Boots though than I do Xander. Boots' eyes are kind of sunk in, and and now we got Todd Grisham talking. Here we go. Empire State Building.
Here we go. The tale of the tape finally comes up for the main event of the evening.
Think about that, Matt. Your age is showing as a young man born in 2003 is main eventing the pay per view right now
Yeah, that's insane.
as the unified world champion, not as the challenger,
Yeah,
as the champions.
champion. One round
And
difference, though. That's crazy. Goes
here
to
we
the knock.
go. David Diamante. And listen to the electricity. There was a lot made about how the
Here we
crowd would
go.
be. Sean Zattel and others were saying the crowd really wasn't there for it, and Boots is definitely going to be the visiting team here tonight. Two undefeated fighters in their 20s, putting it all on the line here, man. This is what we've wanted.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The entrances are starting. We may get a quick restart here.
As Boots coming out to Who Shot You, being walked out by Jadakiss.
Jada Kiss walking out. Oh, yes, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out OnlyFans.
Man, the Barclays Center looks really
Pack.
different from the way PBC used to and Golden Boy used to set it up back
Mm-hmm.
in the day.
Dun 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 dun.
The booze rained down
Yeah.
for Boots.
Boots Ennis. Definitely on the road here tonight.
And now listen for this reaction when Xander Zayas enters the arena.
Okay.
Listen to that reaction, Matt. Yeah, say it to me.
Xander Zayas making his way to the ring, ladies and gentlemen. Short ring walk. As these ring walk introductions and I assume an anthem take place, we will have a quick reset as we will join our friends over at Infighting FX live for the main event of the evening. Ladies and gentlemen, we will have a quick reset. Stay tuned to the program. Keep them notifications on, and we'll be right back.